experienced in college when it comes to lifestyle. Moving in was a hard process. I moved in a day early, and at my school, it's a suite, right? And okay. Let's start over. It's an apartment. My first night sleeping there, I kind of cried a teeny bit, just a teeny bit, because I didn't know how I was gonna get used to it. I didn't know how I was gonna get used to it all, sharing a bathroom with five girls, like not waking up and being comfortable, not being able to have my own room and shutting the door because I'm an only child. So it was a lot for me to deal with, and it was definitely a learning experience because I don't have any siblings. I don't have to deal with sharing a shower or anything like that. I had everything to myself, but in this case, I had to be a lot more considerate in the space that I was in. I mean, college is like being on your own, but also you still have babysitters because there's public safety on almost all college campuses. Public safety everywhere. So you still have babysitters, but you're on your own at the same time. But I guess public safety is kind of like your parent in a weird way. Like, can't do anything too drastic or too bad. You know what I mean?
So I go to school in New York, right? The lifestyle was really hard to adjust to. New Yorkers are rude. Sorry for any people from New York watching this, but you guys are rude and very blunt and nonchalant. Like where I'm from, I mean, people are like that, but it's not to the extent like it is in New York. New York's a very different state of mind, a different type of place. Like it's full of tough people. Also, there's boys, and my school is co-ed, so like, and especially the building I live in, it's definitely co-ed. There's a boys are on every other floor and girls are on every other floor. So it's like boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. So it's switched at every level, and so we share. But all the floors are not co-ed. It's all female, all boy. I remember when I was gonna first move into college and I was on YouTube trying to figure out. Don't make fun of me trying to figure out how like the college experience would be. A lot of people would say bring toilet paper. It's a real thing. It is a real thing. The struggle was real. Sharing a room with five girls, sharing in a suite with five girls, toilet paper runs out like that, like crazy. In my room, it was that room that was popping. Let me tell you something. My room was always popping. It was always live. It always had people in it. Toilet paper ran out like that, like to the point where like now we just have our own toilet paper because we can't do it anymore, especially like if you can't keep up with who's buying it. But when you get to college, like try to have like an organized system of who like gets the toilet paper, who buys the cleaning supplies. Also, in regards to cleaning, that was a big thing. Like we had to make a schedule. Like some kids just don't know like how to clean. They didn't have to clean all their lives. Like when you're in college, you're with people from all walks of life. They come from all different types of backgrounds. Like you never know who you're dealing with. So I guess cleaning can be a big thing. At first, cleaning with my room was hard, but then we kind of got the gist of it. And yeah, I'm like the mother in my room. Like I was always like encouraging everybody to clean. I was a naggy one. I'm like clean, 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 because I'm like it's germs. I'm living with like five other girls. It's crazy. Girls are gross, but boys are gross too. Oh my god, I had like some male friends, and their roommates were nasty, just disgusting. Speaking of boys, you don't need boys. They nothing. Focus on your schoolwork. Don't worry about them boys. Focus on yourself. Ooh, thank you. That's all I gotta say about boys. On a serious note, though, like they're the same age as you. They're just the boys your age are just as immature. Like, don't take them seriously. They don't take you seriously. Like, you don't need these boys. Don't think you're gonna come to college and find a boyfriend. I sure didn't think that. I already knew the game. I already knew the game plan. But like, don't come to college thinking you're gonna find a boyfriend. It's not like high school. Like, not a lot of people go out. It's like people will be talking, but they'll be talking to other people. Like, nobody's really faithful. Like, I guess later on in college, like with the seniors and juniors, because they're old enough to know what they want in like a relationship. But relationships, your freshman year of college, like don't expect it. I mean, it can happen. I have friends who are in relationships with people on campus or out of campus, but don't worry about it. And these long distance relationships, they can work. Like a lot of people are like, oh, you have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend at home, oh, you're coming to college, oh yeah, I guess you're gonna say bye to that boyfriend or girlfriend. But no, a lot of these relationships, they really work out. I have friends who are in long distance relationships with their boyfriends and girlfriends, and it's all fine. There's also the party aspect. Parties, bobbin, bobbin, bobbin. Yeah, the parties are pretty cool. A little different from high school. It's a lot less dancing, I notice, and more like actually socializing. And I think that's what parties are supposed to be. Well, I don't know. Everybody has their own opinion of what a party can be, but I think it could be dancing. But I mean, I think it's cool that in college, like you actually talk to people and like you meet new people on campus, do the parties. But don't let partying take over your life. Like I've seen a lot of people who just like go to the bar and just get drunk and like in my school trads is popular. It's this bar called Traditions. Like everybody would turn up at trads on a Tuesday because nobody would have class on Wednesday, and I saw a lot of my friends grades suffer because they were always at trads on a Tuesday, and it's this bar around where I live, where I go to school at. They would turn up on Tuesdays. Nobody had class Wednesday. I had 7:30s every morning. I didn't have time for that. I made sure I stayed focused. I was on top of my work all the time. Sometimes I would slack off, but the work I had wasn't that hard. And college grading isn't as hard as in high school. It seems like to me high school is way harder. The only thing that's hard about college is time management because your classes are spread so far apart and there's nobody there to tell you what to do, so you can do whatever you want with your free time. You can nap, blah blah blah. Like you're not sitting down in a school for or in a classroom for 6 hours. So definitely don't let partying take over your life. You're gonna have so much time to party like later on, especially where I go to school out in New York. Like if you want to go to a club, you have to be 21 and up. And by the time I'm 21 and up, I want to be out of college. And that's when I'm going to have time to party. Like, right now is the time you guys need to be working hard to achieve your goals and be who you really want to be in life and be successful. Also, on the aspect of friends, most likely in most cases, well, colleges have orientations. You're not gonna hang out with anybody from your orientation for like, you might. There's chances, but to be honest, I didn't. I liked them, but I didn't hang out with them. I didn't say hi. I don't say hi to them all the time. Also, your roommates will most likely be your first friends, the people that you meet the first time, and they'll most likely be the people you go out with on the first night. So, but eventually you're going to meet so many other people and you're kind of going to like drift away from your roommates. That kind of happened with me, but like in the beginning of the school semester, I noticed it was really clicky. But then towards the end of the school semester, I noticed a lot of people were just hanging out with their roommates. I don't know if it was because it was cold and people were studying for exams and their roommates were the only people around them they could really socialize with. But I noticed that like a lot of those cliques kind of like evaporated. Like they dispersed and people went back to hanging out with their roommates or by themselves or doing their own thing. Maybe because like I feel like in the beginning everybody's really pressed for friends because you're at college, you don't really know anybody. I wasn't like that. I already had a friend from home that I knew and I could hang out with, so I wasn't really pressed to meet new people, but I noticed that like I didn't hang out with the same people I did in the beginning of the year as opposed to the end of the year. I was mostly kind of by myself because I was studying and stuff. But you're gonna fall out with friends, meet friends. You're not gonna be with the same people for the rest of your college career. Like, I mean, sometimes it ends up like that. Those are good cases. Those are strong friendships. But most of the time, you're gonna meet new people. You guys are gonna stop hanging out. You're gonna get busy. You're gonna be into your own life. Like, I mean, friends they come and go in college. But I do admit it is a lot like high school. It's very clicky, like very clicky. Well, where I was from, where I go to school, it's very clicky, crazy clicky, crazy. Same type of drama that's in high school. There's just less fights. Actually, no, there is fights. It's just low key fights, and it's not like in the middle of a hallway. Everybody's egging it on. Like if you fight on my campus, they will call the police on you, and you'll be escorted off the campus and probably kicked out of school. There's a lot of people who fought their roommates. There's a lot of people, boys that fought, especially too. Like they don't tolerate fighting, but there is drama. There's drama everywhere you go. People don't really grow up after high school. It's the same thing, depending on who you hang around and put yourself around. But on that note, that pretty much sums up my whole college semester. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below and subscribe and like my video. Bye, guys.